to bring healthy eating to military recruits. It's part of her new focus on improving the lives of military families. But I started by asking her about a different campaign.
2012 is right around the corner.
No, it's a long time away.
No, it's not. I hate to tell you this. It's right around the corner. And your husband has given indication that they're getting things in line to start another campaign. Are you prepared for another campaign?
You know, it still is far away. And whenever it's time to campaign and they tap me on the shoulder, I'll be right there. But until then, we've got some great initiatives. I am excited about what we're going to be doing with military families in the coming year. So we've got a lot of work to do, and I'm rolling up my sleeves to get that work done, and we'll cross that other bridge when we get there. But the most promising thing that I've heard...
Been quite a few times that we have been out on the road with you on a military base like this, and you are quite genuine about your affection toward the military.
So every time I step onto a base, I'm awed, and it's really influenced the issues that I've taken on as First Lady. It's one of the reasons why supporting military families and the health and nutrition of our soldiers means so much to me.
I think a lot of people would be alarmed when they look at the numbers, because you think, okay, if you're going to join the military, be in the Army, you have to be at a certain fitness level, and that has really prevented some from being able to join.
That's right. That's right. We shouldn't be shocked. I mean, we've been talking about this for a year through overweight, or some are even malnourished, and it's costing this nation a lot of money for all this retraining that they have to do, and they may never be battle ready. So it's you know, this is serious business, and it all ties back to how we invest in the health and nutrition of our children. This is important stuff, not just to families, but to the nation.
As you said, it coincides with Let's Move. What do you want to establish in the second year of this campaign?
Coming in February, we'll have a launch. It'll be the one-year anniversary of Let's Move. So in year 2, we're going to really drive towards results. For example, we want to see the number of public schools that become U.S. Healthier Schools go up. You know, we want to see more kids getting the President's Active Lifestyle Award. And we're going to continue the PR and marketing effort around this, because some of this is just making nutrition fun again. You know, making physical activity fun again for families and kids.
What did you see that made you concerned and you thought you might be heading down that road?
You know, like just with all kids, the way our society is structured has changed. You know, now you can watch, you know, kids' TV all day, every day, 365 days a year, and parents are busier. People forget that I'm a mom first and foremost, and I come to this because of what I saw in my kids and the other kids in my life. The changes that we're seeing over time are real. You know, our kids aren't getting outside to play as much. Everybody's working. Moms are struggling. You know, the economy is tough. So I knew this wasn't a small issue. Not because I was First Lady, but because I was a mother. And I thought, if we can get ahead of this, if we can start working on this now, well, this is how we work on health care.
How do you respond to those who say, I'm a parent, I know what's right for my child,
that's right,
I'll make those choices, I don't want the government doing that?
Yeah, Let's Move has never been about the government telling people what to do, but what it is about is information. And clear information, and choices, and make sure that our schools, our businesses, our nonprofits, our churches, all getting behind these choices and get easier.
I'm confident once they have the information and they can make those choices, that they'll be able to make the right choices for themselves and their children.
It worked for me.
He's from the myth that the first family also learned this. This was the same thing. We had a briefing with General Jackson yesterday, George. There's a direct correlation, and we've talked about on this program, about physical education being eliminated from schools. And the Army is able to see, when that started to happen and recruits started coming their way, the decline in the health of their young recruits.
So they would have to work that much harder to get them into shape.
Right.
We're going to have a lot more with First Lady coming in our next hour. We're going to turn now to Nelson Mandela. The former South African president has just been discharged from the hospital this morning. He'd been admitted for a severe respiratory infection. And Jeffrey Kaufman has the latest in Johannesburg. Jeffrey?
And good morning to you, George. You know, after spending more than 2 days in the hospital here in Johannesburg, it was real concern that Nelson Mandela was near his end. Take a look at this morning's paper. A nation holds its breath Well, South Africa and the world can breathe easier, at least for now. As you said moments ago, we learned that the 92-year-old former South African president has been discharged after recovering from what doctors call acute respiratory infection. They emphasize, though, that he is very frail and he will have to continue medical care at home. He hasn't been seen in public. This morning at his hospital bed, he was joking. It seems one of the leaders of the 20th century.
Thanks very much. Big smiles there, Passadella.
Clean from the snow east of Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, with storm the storm has made for some dangerous buildup, hasn't it, Jeremy?
It sure has, Robin. Good morning. The weight of this snow is stressing and straining buildings. Part of this warehouse roof back here collapsed, popping out the garage door there. And we're getting our first look this morning inside a building where two men could have been killed in a roof collapse. New video this morning from inside this Boston garage shows the moment the roof buckles under the weight of 3 feet of snow.